Hey everyone, this is the demonstration of how to complete part one of your final project. This is something that I'd probably have open and listen to and follow along while you're completing your own part one so that you get the directions correct. The first part I'm going to talk about is these articles and how they're going to help you form your research question, which will come back into play in part three. I just want you to come up with your research question now so that I can correct it and help you with it before you get to part three. So I'm going to have you read these three articles, and from them, you're going to make a question based on some sort of claim. So if you open each, they might reference something about the average song length being a certain length, or maybe it's usually more than a certain length. If you look at this one, this is where I found my research question example from. You'll see it gives you by years what the average song length was. So even from here, you notice this bar is at 3, so you can make a claim about that. And then you can see in 1960, I can hover over 1960. It says 148 seconds. So you could do something about in 1960, or do we think average song length is higher than it was in 1960? We would say higher because look at how generally low this is. Or if I picked something up here, this is 1992. This is 255.89 seconds. We would say, do we think right now we are even higher than it is now? Or do we think we're lower? Just something to make a claim based off of. And you can pick any year. Maybe you want to pick your birth year. Maybe you love the 50s. That's just something you could use this for. But again, you don't have to use that specific article. There are two others as well. So here's my research question example. You could kind of mimic it. I have, is the average length of songs on the iTunes list of top 100 songs in 2018 significantly different than the average from 2008? So this is just an example. I'm saying 2018 because maybe I found the top 100 songs from 2018. And then this is the seconds that it said for 2008 that I grabbed from that article. Here's the top 100 that you'd be doing from right now in this moment. So you would not be replicating 2018, right? You do have a couple things to change with your research question, but you'll be finding them from there. But let's look at this template that you're going to be writing your research question in, and a couple other things as well. So this is the template at the top. This is where you're going to write your research question, and this is where we're going to fill in your sample. All right, so you're going to fill in that question right there. And then as you open up that 100 iTunes songs, you're going to fill in the song number, title, genre, and length. All right, so let's do that. So that's steps 1 and 2. Step 3, let's do the sample. So you want 40 songs from that website. You are going to, of course, do a random sample. This is something we did a while ago. So you can go right to Google and type in random number generator. When you do that, it pops up 1 to 10, but there's 100 songs here. So I'm going to do 1 to 100. And when I generate, that tells me let's go to song 52 first. So I go to my website. I look for song 52. I'm going to do 2 with you. So this will be the first one I do with you. Song 52. Here it is. Don't You by Simple Minds. So I already started one. I already did 6 songs. I'm going to add this to it. So that was song number 52. And that was called Don't You by Simple Minds. And it says this is rock, genre rock. I'm going to take note of that. And the length. Now here's the biggie. The length it tells me, if it tells me at all, it doesn't. I'm going to have to just Google that, and that's okay. These are just little snippets, so that's not going to help you. We're going to Google it, and when we Google it, It is going to tell us in minutes and seconds, so we do have to convert it to seconds. So let's look up. So I literally type in the song name, the band, and song length. And it might pop up really easily, like right here. I'll take the regular length, 420. So I'm going to convert 4 minutes to seconds. So I'll do that by multiplying the minutes by 60 seconds. And now I have to add the remaining seconds of 20. So 260 seconds is going to go in my song length. All right, I'll do another one with you. So I go back to my random number generator. Generate. Now it says let's do 39. So song 39, I'm going to do a quick check. Did I already choose 39? No, I did not. Perfect. So now let me go grab it. 39 looks like Alone by Heart. And that genre is hard rock. And the length. So again, I have to look it up. Alone by Heart, length. Okay, 339. So again, take the minutes, 3 minutes, multiply it by 60 seconds. Now I'm going to add the extra seconds, 39. I get 219. Okay, so you're going to do that until you fill this up with 40 songs. I already have it so that your 40th song would go in this very, very last row at the bottom. Okay, so no need to keep track in that way. All right, the next thing that our directions say once we get a sample of 40. All right, so here's everything that I just talked about. Each song should be listed only once, so check that, convert to seconds. Those are the 2 big things you want to make sure of. Now let's organize it because we're going to be making some calculations, so it would really, really be helpful if you have it sorted from least to greatest to help you find things like quartiles and stuff like that. So once it's organized into your spreadsheet, you are going to highlight all data from rows 5 to 44. All data. So even song number, everything, 5 to 44. Or in my case, I'll just go from here to here because that's all I have. Next, the directions say, go to data, sort range, and then we want to sort it by song length, which is column D. And then least to greatest is the same as A to Z. It's ascending. Sort. Now it changed all the songs from least to greatest, and it brought all the songs with it. It didn't just change this column, it changed everything with it, which is really nice. So that means right here, Simple Man was the longest, and it followed with it to be the longest. All right, you can see what I filled in here. Don't You by Simple Minds, the 260 is now this song over here, and then Alone by Heart, even though I wrote it in 8th, it is now in the 4th position. Okay, so that is everything you need to do for part 1. You will be submitting this spreadsheet into part 1 in Moodle. I need to see your research question. I need to see your 40 random sample points as well as organized. And then you can see if you want to make a little checklist for yourself, make sure it's all good. This is what I will be grading out of 12 points.